Hello everyone, we are Taiwan Economic Journal, TEJ, and today we are going to show you some simple steps to use our data bank, TEJ Plus. To begin with, open TEJ Plus on your desktop and then launch it, and you will see this data bank page. The data bank page mainly consists of three parts. Firstly, there are table tools on the top. If you want to refer to some functions, you can find at table tools. And second, there is a main menu on your left, and the different files are the different categories of our data bank. And lastly, you will find TEJ Web on your right. Any data you search will pop up here. Before we head straight to the data, I want to introduce some handy tools to you. Take a look at the technique document. The function here, if you click on it and click on user guide, you will be able to access a user guide here that will help you with our data bank. And if you want more tutorial videos, you simply click e-learning function here. And lastly, should you have any question regarding our data bank, click on help. And you will be able to submit your query here. Before we move into each category of the data bank, you can always use database search here. Click on search and then database search. This function will help you find the data if you don't know which category it belongs to. For example, I want to search about financial leverage. So I directly type it because I'm not sure which category it belongs to. And then after typing it, I click on query. Also, I could press enter, and the result, as is shown, will show you which data category will lead you to such an information. So there are mainly three data banks categories I'm going to show you today. And they are TEJ Company DB, TEJ Equity, and TEJ IFRS Finance. First, if you need operational data of a company, you can click on TEJ Company DB and open it. You will find there are many subcategories in TEJ Company DB. Click on TSE Company Attribute, for example. You will see the data description for this subcategory. Remember, one click is for description, and double click is to open the subcategory. In company attribute, you can find information like listed market, list date, and listed ID, etc. If you want to search a particular company, say for example you want to search TSMC, you can either type TSMC or its ID here. So I type TSMC and then I press enter, and it will lead me to the result. So as I've shown, it is very simple to find data at TEJ Plus. As soon as you've got a company name, you've got date, and you've got data fields, you will get the data. And moreover, it is very convenient to extract data at any time. When you feel that your data is ready, just click on Export to Excel, and the data will be exported to Excel, as I've shown here. And next, TEJ Company DB also shows monthly sales and earnings data. Open it, and you can find the monthly sales and earnings of a company here. So for example, it's the monthly earnings of TSMC here. So how could I find the time period I want for my data? There are three ways to set the date. For the first way, if you want the latest 3 months, you can type last 3, and you can press enter or click on query, and it will show you the last 3 periods of the data. And for the second way, if you want the data from, for example, January of 2020 to the latest, you can set the date as 2020-01 to 999999, and then press enter or click on query. The 6 nines means to the latest available data. And for the third way, if you want to choose time for 3 different periods or more, you can directly indicate here. For instance, I want data of January, March, and September of 2020, so I type 2020-01, 2020-03, and 2020-09, and then I press enter. I press enter, and the data will be shown. And then if you want to find information like the reinvestment of a company, you can refer to long-term investment details here. This category shows the investment in other subsidiaries of the company. Like here, it shows the subsidiaries TSMC is currently investing in. And next, if you want to find information about dividend policy of a company, click on TSE OTC dividends policies and open it. You will be able to see information like the dividends the company has paid and its payout ratio, for etc. And if you find there are too many web pages, you just simply close them by clicking the close here, and you will be able to close the web pages. And next, I'm going to introduce you another category of TEJ Plus. It is TEJ Equity. So first, I will close TEJ Company DB, and then I will open TEJ Equity. And open it, you will be able to find useful information of a company here, like for example stock price, dealer and trading information, etc. in here. And you will also be able to find data of different frequencies, including daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly data. There are unadjusted prices and adjusted prices here. Unadjusted prices are the normal prices that you will find online, and for adjusted prices, it is the price adjusted after taking into the effect of dividend payout, for example, on stock price. So first, we click on TSE OTC Unadjusted Price Daily and double click to open it. And then, for example, we want to search 2330 TSMC. So I type 2330 and then press enter. And you can see the daily closing price for the company here in this column. And if you want to visualize this data, click on graph view here, and the Y area will pop up. So to visualize the daily closing price, draw the column of the closing price to the white area, and voila, you got the visualization of the data. And if you want to further export the graph, right click and then choose copy chart, and then open the Microsoft Word and then click on paste, and you will be able to export the graph to Microsoft Word. And then if you want to close the graph, you simply click again on Graph View here. And next, I'm going to introduce you another category of TEJ Plus, TEJ IFRS Finance. First, I will close TEJ Equity, and then I will find TEJ IFRS Finance here and open it. You will be able to find data of financial statements here, including like balance sheet, income statement, and statement of cash flow, and even some financial ratios here. For example, we click on IFRS TEJ Consolidated First Accumulated All, and then open it. You can find the data of a company here and its balance sheet items. If I want to switch the data to multiple company, I will click on this function, ranking, and then it will lead me to multiple company. And if I find that the field, the x-axis is too lengthy, I could simply click on XY convert to convert the X and Y axis like this. And next, if I want to switch back to a single company view, I could switch back to company view by clicking on here, this function, company view. And next, I'm going to show you how to set a group of companies for analysis. Click on here, ID setting, and an ID group setting form will pop up. In here, you can choose the companies you want from market, category, ID, and you finally select the companies. Before we create our own group, I should clear out the selected companies list first. So I click on double arrow to the left to clean out. And for example, I want the market to be TSEC and category to be foods here. And then the corresponding companies in this industry will be shown. Say I want only the company of 1201, so I click on it, and then I click on single arrow to the right, and it will be selected. And if I want them all, I could simply just click on double arrow to the right, and it is done. In addition, you can also search for a single company here. And remember, set both market and category to all first, so that you will include all the data population. For example, I want to search 2330 TSMC, and then I click on it and click on single arrow to the right and to choose it. So it will be included in the selected company. When your group of companies is all set, name your group. So for example, I want to name my group as Food 2. And then click on Save Local, and your group will be saved. After saving the group, you will be able to find it at ID group, user ID group here. You see Food 2, and you can click on it, and it will help you direct to your group. What if you want to edit the data field here? You could click on field setting here, and after click on it, first you can see that there is a field group setting form. And before you select the fields you want, first you need to click double arrow to the left to clear out the selected field. And next, you can find different categories here, like balance sheet, like income statement, like ratios here, for example. So for instance, today I want my fields to be balance sheet item, so I choose balance sheet, and then I click on double arrows to the right, so the balance sheet items will be selected in my field. And then I would also like to include net profit margin in my analysis, so I will search it here. But to begin with, I need to set the category to all, and then I search net profit margin, and then I press enter. So the net profit margins will be here. So I click on it and click on single arrow to right, and it will be selected here. After all your fields are done, name your field group. So for example, I want to name my field as field food 1, and then I click save, and your fields will be saved. And what if you want to edit the time horizon of your data? You can click on date setting here. And here, you can set your time horizon based on range and frequency. First, click on double arrow to the left to clear out the selected dates. And then, for example, I want data from the beginning of 2015 to the latest. So I type 2015 0101 to 9999 9999, and I click query. The 8 nines here means to the latest. So I will have the dates I want here. And then, for example, I want half a year to be my data frequency. So I click on half a year. And finally, click on double arrow to the right to choose those dates. So it will be selected here. And lastly, click confirm. And it will be done. So you can see that the date now is from 2015 to 2021, and the frequency is half a year. And last but not least, I'm going to show you a function called download filter here. It is a function for you to download large amount of data from TEJ Plus. So first, click on it, and then there will be a form pop up. And then throughout this download filter, you can choose the data you want to download. First, for example, for selecting ID, I want listed company data, so I choose TSEC and then common stock. And then I click on double arrows to the right to select those companies. You can also choose to select the group you just created, like the food 2 we've just created. And next, choose the field you want. For example, I want balance sheet items to be in my data, and so I choose balance sheet items. And then I click on double arrows to the right to select these fields. And there are also some basic data field setting, like for example market and list date you could refer to. So if I want to include market and list date in my analysis, I simply click on them, and then click on single arrow to the right to choose them. Next, select the date range you want, and this can be done by either editing the start and end date or clicking on select date. The select date function here is just the same as the date setting we've just introduced you. So after all is set, click path here, and for here you can choose which location you're gonna save your data. For example, I want to save my data on desktop, and then I want to name my data to be test1, and then I click save. And finally, after all is set, I click on start and just click OK here. The green bar here will show you the progress of downloading those data. And because this is a large amount of data, it may take some time. And like now, it is done. And just click OK. And you will be able to find the data you've just downloaded here on desktop and open it. You can see that this is the data you've just downloaded. So that's basically all for our tutorial. Thank you for your time and thank you for your coming. I hope you will find this tutorial helpful. Should you have any question, feel free to contact us. Thank you.